Hey, you guys, it's Gabby, the realtor. The realtor. Okay, so today I am talking to my renters. Hey, you guys. Hey, the renters in New York State. Okay, so this video is basically to let you guys know the things you should prepare and know about yourselves in order to make the whole rental process way easier in New York City. Okay, so first things first, you need to know your budget. So, what is it that you're looking to spend? Let's say you're looking to spend 2,000 max in certain areas, because in some areas 2,000, especially in Manhattan, that wouldn't even work. But 2,000, let's just say nice round number, $2,000 is your max for rent. That means that you're going to need to be making at least 40 times that in salary, whether you are self-employed or employed like at some sort of company. You're going to need to make 40 times that and be able to prove that. Okay, so 2,000, you're going to be needing to make at least 80K in order to qualify for this particular apartment that's $2,000. Okay, so aside from that, if you are not making that much, you may need a guarantor. So a guarantor is basically a cosigner. It's someone who is going to vouch for you and say you default on your payments. They're willing to step in and pay that for you. But come on, guys. If someone is willing to be your guarantor, let's not default on them. That is so uncool. All right. So with a guarantor, also keep in mind, asterisk, the guarantor is going to be needing to make 80 times what the rent is. Okay, you can have two guarantors, say one only makes 40 times and the other one only makes 40 times, but together they make 80 times. You can do that too. Some apartments will approve that, two guarantors, just saying. But it's always better to just have one. If anything, that's the best bet, because again, it's up to the landlords to accept this application. So that's guarantors. 80 times, keep that in mind. But you need to be making 40 times. And then the second thing about you, your credit score needs to be decent, because your credit is going to get run either by the listing agent or by your own agent, but it's going to be run. So nice credit scores. You would not need a guarantor with a good credit score. But if you do have a bit of a shaky credit score, again, the guarantors have to step in. Okay, and yes, their credit is also run. So everything that happens to you and everything you need to provide, if you're using a guarantor, they will need to provide the same information. So here's a list of things that are typically asked for from a landlord or management company in terms of paperwork. With your real estate agent, I ask you to please prepare these things in advance. It only makes the process so much faster for you. Okay, so let me tell you what those things are. First things first, a letter of employment. Wherever you are working, they will need to write up a lovely letter for you to say, so-and-so works here as this, making this much from this date to this date, and whatever the case might be. It just gives a nice round information about you and your employment. Stability is key in a lot of things, including home buyer situations. So keep that in mind. Letter of employment. If you are an entrepreneur, then you will need to provide your tax returns, your last 2 years of tax returns, because they need to look at 2 years to make sure that you are generating proper income if you're working for yourself. Okay, but if you're an employee, then your company can provide you with a letter. Then you will also have to show your pay stubs. So the tax returns helps in that regard for entrepreneurs, but you're going to need a couple pay stubs, maybe 2, 3. You can start to prepare to give your agent pay stubs. We need the latest pay stubs. Also, tax returns. They also want to see tax returns for those who are employees, the last 2 years, as well as the 2 most recent W-2s. You need at least maybe 4 pay stubs. and about four, I would say to start with, 4 bank statements. Okay, they want to see that, because even if you are unemployed but you have quite a hefty savings, you can still get an apartment, if you're providing this information to show the landlords that you do have the money to pay the rent, because that's essentially all they care about. They want to know that you are a great tenant. And so if you provide these things along with your ID, a color photocopy of your ID front and back, you provide these things to your agent, you are going to start off on an amazing, the whole process amazingly, okay? Because it's going to make everything so much easier. It's going to make gathering the packages, seeing what you need. And then when we get the list of requirements from whichever apartment you are interested, when we get that list from the management company or the listing agent, we just have to see what you're missing, if anything. And if you're not missing anything, boom, application goes in immediately. Okay. And then we just have to wait for approvals. So it makes the whole process so quick if you can get this to your agent as soon as possible. So these are just the things to start to think about, as well as start to prepare as you're looking for a rental. Okay, so I hope this video was able to help you to understand a little bit more about preparation for my renters. I'm going to talk to you in another video about the process that we go through in terms of getting a rental and how long it takes and all of that. But if you have any other questions, concerns, topics that you're interested in me covering, please send me a comment, DM, whatever the case might be. Get a message to me, okay? And if you have any other rental needs, I'm your girl. I'm here for you, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. Love you guys for watching. Mwah. See you in the next episode.